with that said, what's good, TikTok? We live. My name is Noah with Studio Sports. I am a small-time sports media business owner, and we are currently live on TikTok right now, talking sports, just kind of talking whatever, whatever we find, whatever comes to mind. So if y'all don't mind, push this out to anybody who loves sports and who's interested in knowing more about sports and just chatting about sports. Please push that out. Also, push this out to anybody who is currently in high school and would love to get highlight reels made of themselves. We currently have some going on, so please push this out to anybody like that, any athletes who are wanting to get out there and get their name put out. We're going to show y'all a quick video of what we do and then jump into everything else. So this is what we here at Studio Sports do when it comes to our brand and how we carry ourselves. For watching that. So listen, before we hop into this, what's up, GSB Ghost? What's going on, bro? Before we hop into it, I want to tell y'all about a few things that we have going on. So look, our sponsorship is W right there. Review it. You guys can go to their website and get 10% off with our code StudioSports Media. So if you guys want to try some W energy drinks that doesn't leave you jittery or feeling that crash of drinking energy drinks, go try them out. Give them a chance. Also, if you guys are curious about it, we have a Patreon. It is $10 a month. We offer a whole bunch of different things on this Patreon for just $10 a month. You'll have access to giveaways, sports coverage, unfiltered podcasts, community discussions, exclusive Discord benefits, subscriber Q&As, exclusive launch parties. So you guys should go check out. Appreciate y'all for the heart me. Appreciate y'all for the heart me. So you guys can go and check out the Patreon for $10 a month and get access to a whole bunch of different things. And we'll have more going on for you guys as we, get further down the road. But for now, we're going to start it off. Curl, I'm going to let you go ahead and go and let them know what you got to say.
So, I was talking about UFC last week, how I'm going to go over the fights. I'm going to go over the fights last week. I'm going to go over a lot of stuff that's happening in the news, in UFC news. So, starting off, we got Raul Rosas Jr. Now, I really wasn't impressed with him per se. He did win the fight. However, there was no domination. There was no aggression per se. Even though he's he's a jiu-jitsu type person where he just he doesn't go try to get the knockouts. But that being said, he almost got subbed twice throughout round 3. And mind you, he's fighting a very older person. He's fighting somebody that's almost, I think, a decade older or something crazy. So he just did not perform. He does not look like he does not look well. He doesn't look like he's going to move in the ring. I see him just outside the top 15. But he is a star. He's a star because of his media attention, in his name, his fan base. He's a star in that regard. He got the little catchphrase, Kiwi, or whatever it is. But in all honesty, he's like a less impressive Marab to me. He just doesn't really do anything. So, not to take it away from his performance, it's just he didn't really do much in that fight. Moving on, it was the Joe Pyfer and Kevin Gastelum fight. Obviously, that got canceled and not replayed, so, not much to talk about it. Joe Pyfer got sick. He also called Mexico a whole dump hole because he got sick, and which is crazy, I'm not going to lie. We can talk about that. I don't know. I just wouldn't say a whole country's a dump hole because I got sick there. And, yeah. And he said it wasn't the food, so obviously how did he get sick? And then he just refused to believe that it could possibly be altitude sickness. Which very well could be... I'm stuttering. Which very well could be the case. Yeah, my fault. My brain frantic right now.
No,
but now on Emmanuel Torres, bro. Emmanuel Torres, I ain't gonna cap. That was a very, good matchup. I went with TKO in the first round, telling like how the fight's gonna go. And that's what he got. He actually, I don't know. When Drew Dober does not fight anybody of POC, we're gonna say that in the make community knows if he's not fighting anybody of POC, specifically one of them, he loses. In his last fights, he's been getting tapped on his chin. He has a big chin. If you ever get the chance, Lotus, look up a picture of Drew Dober. That man looks like he swallowed a PlayStation 5 and he's trying to carry it out of Walmart. He has a big face, a big chin. Drew Dober. Dober. Drew. Look him up. He has a big chin. It was an easy target for Manuel Torres. First round TKO, and
he do got a big chin.
Yeah. Now, lastly, we got kind of put up an absolute clinic against Steve Erceg. He won 49-46 by unanimous decision. He simply absolutely put that work on Erceg. I don't know what's next for either one of them, too. He just outstruck him. Erceg outstruck him, but Reno had a better shot percentage. He had a better landing percentage and all that. And he had that one takedown. Now, I don't think Brandon Reno needs to get that title shot because he is 0-3 against the champion right now. So why give him another shot? Because there's no best of 4. It'd be different if they were going back and forth, but no, he's been losing to this guy. So what I would like to see is actually Alexandre Pantoja move up to fight Merab. That would be a good fight. It's a win-win for both. Merab's nobody in his division needs a title shot. You got Sean O'Malley coming off a loss, Umar coming off a loss. Basically, the top 5 are just all coming off losses. So why give them a title shot just to give them a title shot? So it'll be a win-win for both. You get a chance for Pantoja to actually become a double champion. Now, if you ask me my opinions on that fight, I ain't gonna lie. I think Merab just out cardios him to death and just grapples him to death and just subs him, if anything. I think that will happen. Now, moving on to the UFC news. That was the last fight week. Now, I'll just throw this in right now. This week's fight card is not that good. We have we got Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy. I got Josh in that fight. I ain't gonna lie. I just feel like Josh Emmett will just KO him. We never seen Leon Murphy ever really KO anybody, and he went 5 rounds at Ilya Taporia. Although he got obliterated in that fight, I think he has a good chance to. I think Emmett could KO him. I'm not gonna lie. Now, moving on to the quick fight news that we have. The Roundtree and Hill matchup got canceled. I don't know what could possibly be a good replacement. They haven't said anything about replacing it, but I think they could squeak in a Rakic. I don't think they're not going to give him Yuri, but I think they could squeak in a Rakic for that Roundtree versus Rakic because Hill has a leg injury or something like that. So that fight got canceled. We have also Protest and Neal getting canceled, which Ian Gary actually come up on 25 days short notice to fight. I don't know how that fight will go. I think Ian Gary has a good chance, but I think Carlos Protest can get in the sneaky KO. Not going to lie. Now, the big announcement that we got was Merab versus Sean O'Malley. Now, Sean O'Malley's last fight, he hasn't done anything since he lost to Merab, lost the champion to Merab. I don't see why they're giving him a matchup. Well, I know why, because, Sean O'Malley's a big name. He has a bunch of followers. They don't want Merab as champion, so they're hoping that Sean O'Malley could get the belt back from Merab. I think it's going to go the exact same way as it did the first time. Rob's going to be holding him down on the ground, doing as he pleases, kissing his back, tying his whole corner, all that. The same thing is going to happen. The only thing I can see happening and what we were expecting in the first fight was Sean O'Malley actually getting that TKO, actually using his hands and finding his chin. It'll be a good fight, but I still will live and die on this hill. I would want the Merab versus Pantoja fight. Maybe we get that fight next after this one, after Merab wins. And now another fight that we have announced was Volkov and Jelton Hameda. I don't know if this fight was confirmed. I know they said Dana talked about it being in the works, but this is a weird way to pay Alexander Volkov after he got robbed by Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane barely got a win over him. He shouldn't have. The UFC even gave him the win money for Alexander Volkov losing because they knew he got robbed. So it's weird why we're paying him with Jelton Almeida, which is a tough matchup, instead of even giving him a rematch or somebody easy. It's weird, but there's not much to really say about that fight. It's not even confirmed yet, but it's just in the works and they're highly talked about. So it probably will happen. Last thing I'm talking about Is John Jones holding the title hostage? Now this is stupid because they just freaking Dana White just released that if Bilal misses his fight against Jack Della Maddalena, he's going to strip Bilal. John Jones has been holding this title hostage for almost a year now. Almost 2. It's weird. He's been holding it for a long time, but he won't strip John Jones. And I feel like John Jones got dirt on the UFC because he has all the leeway in the world to do whatever he pleases. And on top of that, if he's not scared to fight Tom Aspinall, why not fight him? He's talking about, I need 6 months. Brother, after you beat Stipe Miocic, you knew who the next fight was. He's an interim champion for a reason. You knew he was the next up. Why not start training? Why not take a little bit off and then get in your mind that this is going to be your fight next? I feel like he wants 6 months to get a little bit of that, that juice, that little candy in his blood. You know what I'm saying? That little, OJ, that he going to have more juice in Tropicana. He's trying to juice up to fight Tom because he, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he has a good chance to get Tom. I think honest Tom clears him. First round, sub TKO, one of them. I want justice for Tom. He's the champion. He's the real champion. And then, it's just weird how they're just letting him hold a division. I also got another note, too. I forgot. I didn't see it down there. But also, with the Ilya situation right now.
Wonderful boys, thank you for the follow, bro. Appreciate you for the follow,
Charles
gang.
Oliveira. I don't see that happening. I feel like they're going to give Charles Islam. Oh, no. Charles and Islam did want to fight him. So I feel like they're going to give Islam to Charles, or Charles to Islam, to fight for the championship, because I ain't gonna lie, he kind of needs that rematch after losing to him, but I don't think they're gonna give it to him. And also, it's the only matchup I can see because Islam does not want to fight any more featherweights, and Ilya was a featherweight, so I think Ilya needs to prove himself because the lightweight division is stacked. I think Ilya needs one fight to prove himself. I'd say nobody in the division is scared to fight him. Y'all do fighting for a little bit. I hate when people say you're scared to fight him, except when you're John Jones, because he is scared to fight him. How you need 6 months to prepare somebody you've been, you know what I'm saying? That guy, I don't know. But I think you give Ilya Topuria a Justin Gaethje or a Dustin Poirier, even a Max Holloway. Well, even though he already beat Max Holloway, that never mind. Disregard that. He already beat Max Holloway. I keep forgetting because my boy Max Holloway got slumped. I erased that from my memory because I did not want to see my man go down like that. So yeah, give him a Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, even an Arman. But he did die the Arman fight for some odd reason. Wonder why? Because Arman has a better style than him. So yeah, that's basically all that's happening in the UFC news. I have more for you next week, or I can talk about the Seahawks. So passing off to one of them.
All right, so we gonna play a quick video for y'all real quick. This is the Eagles GM Howie Roseman on how they do business when it comes to looking at players.
So for us, we have some objective things that I can't even overrule. And they're ours, but for one, like violence against women, it's just not for us.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't mean so. It's like I won't even watch them. I don't even want to talk about it. It just is deal breakers for us. So I can't go, but he's really good and he did it 10 years ago and he learned from it. It just doesn't work for us.
All right, so that's how they do it. That's how the Eagles put together this roster. They don't look at anybody who's had a violent past, right? And I think that really speaks to the level. Huh?
Wait a minute. So is Jalen Carter getting an excuse?
You didn't watch the video?
I couldn't hear it.
So they do not get anybody who has had a violent past against women.
Okay, and I ain't gonna lie, I could like vehemently agree with that. I actually like that. I'm glad that it's not like a business to where you're so much of a business where you throw away morals type beat. But I ain't gonna lie, this is why I like the Seahawks too. We don't play that. I don't know if you've seen it. Like it was like 2019. I forgot his name. He was one of our offensive linemen, like our second string. Brother, he beat his wife. That man immediately got kicked off the team, and we helped the wife, bro. The team actually reached out, and it was crazy, bro. I was like, that's why I love my team right there.
It was yesterday. Howie Roseman says the Eagles will not even scout players who have been violent against women. He said he won't even watch them.
I like it. I like the Eagles even more.
Exactly. The Eagles have just been a smart organization for a minute, and they've just kind of been hiding it, honestly.
I can't say smart. They did scam Jay Brown from the time.
I mean, yeah, but Nessie with the shares. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody coming through with gifts and likes and whatnot. All right, so we're gonna move on to some more football. This is what we're gonna talk about. This draft right here. So listen, number 1 in the draft is the Tennessee Titans, and it's got them taking Cam Ward out of Miami, the calm, chill
I
quarterback
agree.
who's never really done a whole lot. And I wish I had my
Hey,
boy
bro.
Reaper here to talk about this right now. What's up,
Oh,
Carl?
well, I can talk about it, but I don't really know much about college. But has he got like sacked or something like that? Because I've seen some of the titles, nonchalantly throw the ball. He does have a good arm, low key, but
He
maybe
do
got
have a
sacked
good
lot or something
arm.
like
Let me see how many sacks he's taking. Give me 1 second.
that. I just feel like if you in the league, you just can't be that nonchalant where you know. I mean,
He's
I
not
ain't gonna lie,
going
never
to
mind.
be.
Yeah, bro. Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt. Yeah, buddy, they're coming
In
for
his
you.
final,
They do not care.
no. He threw 47. Hold on. He threw 47 touchdowns in 2021, 39 in 2024. He's been consistent. It doesn't tell me. Oh, wait, sacks. Hold on. Oh, but this is gonna. Wow, I'm gonna have to, like.
Hey, bro, I can't wait for you to get the next one. I got something to say about that one.
Oh, 22. He got sacked 22 times in college this year.
Okay. That ain't too bad. It's bad, but it's not. He knows.
Well, I mean, that's on his offensive line, though, too, so.
But he's going to the Titans, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, not necessarily. This is a mock draft. They could not do any better with Will Levis. I feel like Cam Ward is just appreciate you, Nessie, for the coins. I feel like Cam Ward is better than Will Levis.
Nice.
Appreciate you, Nessie, for the 10 roses.
I just hope Cam Ward don't be a highlight every week, every other week. You remember how they was doing Will Levis? The man was on his knees.
Will Levis was just hold on, because now we gotta pull it up for him. Hold on.
Bro, just look up Will Levis meme, and one of them will pop up.
On me, it's got to be the Mayo one too. Look,
Mayo and coffee is disgusting.
Look
at him. Look, first one right there.
Look at him.
That I ain't gonna lie, I have that as a sticker, bro. The one where he's like, why are you hitting a movie post? Like, no, like
where
why?
did it go? What happened?
They just called Deshaun Watson a swing and a miss. They're finally realizing that he's not as good as we thought he was. Not even saying not as good. He just scammed them. That's why he never guaranteed a full $230 million contract because he does not have to play another. Like, bruh, that picture's just so funny, bruh.
Just look at him.
Because he hit a whole pose, bruh.
A whole pose for no reason.
The hand on the head is crazy. And I saw something where they were thinking about trading him. I don't know what they'll do.
Like,
because he got drafted last year, didn't he? Or the year before last? Yeah, he got drafted the year before last because he was in that Malik Willis draft as well.
It's crazy. Look, here he goes with the mayonnaise in the coffee. There he goes. Look at him, and it's not even good.
I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy that he got a freaking what's that, Hellman's?
Yeah,
Hellman's sponsorship off
it's
there.
Nasty. It's nasty.
I ain't gonna lie, if y'all want some mayo, we not sponsored by them, but hey, it's not Hellman's. I'll tell you that.
All right. Anyways, let's get back. Let's get back to it. So Cam Ward, he's not a bad pick, right? He can be a great quarterback when you throw him in the right system. Personally, I don't know if Tennessee is that right system for him. Tennessee has a lot going on. Tennessee doesn't have the best team right now. I think if he goes to Tennessee, he's going to pretty much implode and get traded, right? And that's going to ruin his draft stock. Well, not his draft stock, but that's gonna make him look bad in the future if he doesn't do well.
I don't think that will happen if he does go to the Titans per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if they're going to get rid of Will Levis and then that happens to them, it's just not going to look good on that team overall. They just get rid of quarterback. So I think they'll give him a chance. Honestly, like, the Colts haven't given him on AR-15 yet. They haven't given him up on Anthony Richardson. And he quit on the team. So
he did.
I think
he did walk up.
Crazy. What? Yeah, he tapped his helmet or something like that. And he just left
Nah, yeah. You like tapped his helmet trying to
because
get
he got
out.
tired. Yeah, and then old man Joe Flacco had to come save the day.
Old man Joe Flacco. The old man Joe. Oh man Joe. So next is an interesting. You have Myles Garrett, right? You have one of the best edges in the game. You have the second round pick in the NFL draft. Who do you take but Abdul Carter? There's nobody you don't take other than Abdul Carter. Let's just be honest. In this draft right here, in this 2025 NFL draft, you don't take another edge other than Abdul Carter. Because he is Myles Garrett level. Think about it. You just signed the best edge in the NFL. Right? Just paid the man. And now he can continue his Cleveland to Compton, right? His goal to get that golden jacket. Now you pair Abdul Carter. You got a rookie who's already a beast. Paired underneath one of the best edges in the game. That's your pick right there. After that, your defense is fine. No issues. Your defense will key up.
They do need a cornerback.
They do need one.
They do need I think because they got rid of old buddy. I can't think of his name, but I know they just
yeah, they do need
somebody
one.
got stole off that team. They need one corner. But I agree with you. The only thing and I doubt they do it because I know this quarterback draft is kind of mid. I don't think they would take a chance. I mean, not gonna say mid, but you know what I'm saying. It's like it's not like where they just break off the page and they have to take a quarterback because why not? I don't know who they have right now besides Deshaun Watson because Jameis Winston is on
I believe they have DTR.
They got him.
Julian
I also
Thompson
think they got
Robinson.
Tyler Huntley.
We can go look. Come on, y'all. We're going to go on a little.
He's definitely on the Dolphins. But yeah, they probably got DTR. Maybe somebody else besides
We're going on a search. We're going on a search. Yeah, they got DTR.
That's it.
Yeah, Jameis is on the Giants.
Not the Jets, the Giants. But yeah, so I remember.
Yeah, so DTR and Deshaun.
I doubt it. I doubt they take a chance on the quarterback because why pass up on him? You got a bridge quarterback. You're probably not going nowhere. You give time for Abdul Carter to mold, to get a feel for the defense.
Absolutely. And then what you do is you draft offense next year in 2026.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they just need a good corner. Defense. I don't know how the linebackers are, but
I think they go defense right now. I think their offense is manageable. With the quarterbacks that they have and the weapons that they kind of semi have, I think their offense is manageable. But I think the defense is what really needs to. Because look, it's been proven with Deshaun Watson, right? In college, who here seen Deshaun Watson play in college? Probably not a lot of you, but I did. I raised my hand. Forget the rest of you. Julio. So look,
I did.
When Deshaun Watson has hold on 1 second. When Deshaun Watson has a good defense, right? We saw it in 2016 when Clemson had one of the highest rated, the top 3 rated defenses in all of college football. Deshaun Watson was balling out. We won a natty that year, right? So you give Deshaun Watson a solid defense, he's gonna be like, okay, maybe I might come to play now. I might actually show up and do something, and then he gonna show up and show you something. That's just me though.
I ain't gonna lie. Surprisingly, I did see a bunch of Deshaun Watson highlights and actually watched some of the games because at that time he was getting hyped up a lot. My friends were telling me to watch him. He did look good, but I don't think he's gonna be as good. I don't know. I think mentally what's happening with him, being injured, all the stuff going on off the field that he's been dealing with. I don't think those cases are closed yet. I think he's done paid some people off, but I'm not sure.
I believe they are all closed.
Okay, even so, just having that on your mental, it's like it had an effect on him because he's not playing like Houston Deshaun. Because Houston Deshaun was a dog. Now, when he had D-Hop, they didn't have nobody else. He was a dog now because they didn't have that defense. They were still throwing up them bombs, and who was catching them? D-Hop. But I don't know. I can see him doing at least average, and that's all you need. If you have a stellar defense, you could just use average. Just get some points, get us 3, get us 7 every now and then. Y'all will be okay. But I also gotta talk to you about this too. I don't think they can even win the division, bro. I think they're gonna be last in that division, bro.
Yeah, they last in their division for sure.
Because for sure, the Ravens are gonna come out top. I think the Bengals are gonna be almost unstoppable on offense,
Hey,
and the Steelers always go 9-8. Nice. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no winning their division. Not this year, at least.
Nice.
Not this year. I promise you, not this year. But somebody who might be able.
To say.
What?
You go to the next one, bro, because I got something to say. It's gonna be. Go ahead.
You got something to say about this? About the Giants?
You can say it now? You can say it now?
Yeah, I do, because you sound
Why
like
would
you really
draft
want to say
Shador Sanders? Why would you draft Shador Sanders when you got the #1 overall pick and Jameis Winston on your team? Huh? Why? Why they even get rushed? Jameis Winston is finna take this team to a championship. Hear me out right now. He gonna be throwing dots to me, you, Lotus, even Julio. He's throwing the ball to his team. He's throwing them everywhere. You get a ball. You get a ball. But hey,
He throwing me dots.
He throwing me dots.
Yeah, we all getting dots. We all can catch a pass. You know, hey, Lotus, let's go. Let's go to a Giants game. Hey, put your hands up. Might catch a pass. I'm not saying it's that bad. I'm just joking. But Jameis Winston, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you got it. You got this one. You got that
They
one.
probably will.
That's you.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's you.
Having two
That's
quarterbacks
great.
on your team
That's a
is
clip.
crazy.
That's a clip. Alright, so who sent the heartbeat?
I do
Julio
love
with the
Jameis.
heartbeat.
I ain't gonna lie, I do love Jameis Winston.
I do, yeah.
He's not as bad as football as y'all think he is. So yeah.
I don't think he's horrible. I think he's fun to watch. I've said my piece with him.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd honestly have him over like Will Levis or something like that.
Yeah, even though Will Levis is a walking meme, but
real quick, we should do. You know how they do them streams about like they'll name a character and be like, "Don't say anything until I name a character or name a player better than this player." I do that with Jameis Winston until you say somebody like, I don't know, like honestly, like there's a couple quarterbacks I wouldn't take over him. I'm gonna be honest with you. We could do something like that. I'll set it up. We can talk
we'll
about
have to talk about that. We'll do like a trivia night or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, bet.
Alright, so look, the Patriots, the organization around it, the whole thing since Belichick left confuses me.
Man, no, I don't even think it's Belichick. Belichick made that team.
You fired Gerard Mayo a year. Give him 1 year to do something.
Yeah, they did not give him enough time.
They gave him no time. And I don't like that.
Like, he couldn't do any changes. He couldn't make any, like,
there was nothing he didn't. The only thing he really did was got rid of Mac Jones and signed Stephon Diggs before he got fired.
No, he did not sign that man been fired since like last year. They just signed Stephon Diggs. He's been gone. But the one thing that he did do, and people need to I feel like need to respect more, it was his decision to put in Drake May. And Drake May is actually proven to be a quite decent
Drake
quarterback.
May is a great quarterback. I think him and Diggs will pair well. But they need that offensive line, so that's why I have no critiques about them grabbing Will Campbell out of LSU. He's pretty solid, right? Will Campbell, let's go. I'm gonna give you guys his stats real quick.
The one thing I did see about him, like a lot of people
Sleep is here. The Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed.
What?
The only smart bed in the world that actively cools and effortlessly.
Not sponsored by you. All right, so look, here are his stats right here. Here are his stats right here. Take a look at them. Memorize them. He might be drafted. I'm going to start giving y'all the draft scores of everybody. So y'all take a look at them today. Now, we're going to hop back into it. So, Kuro, we've talked about this before with the Jacksonville Jaguars and them drafting wide receiver 2s, right? That's been their thing, has been the wide receiver 2s. Now, Territory McMillan, right? He's solid. He's 6'4", 219. It's not bad. Where
you also got Brandon Thomas, bro, and you get him to pair with Brandon Thomas. I feel like you actually could do something. I just don't have all my faith in Trevor Lawrence. I'll be honest. I don't know what it is about him, or I'd have to see maybe when he gets
Mm-hmm.
he gets those two receivers and they work together, I think
Right.
then it'll be better. I don't know for sure. I just have to see them play, but we haven't seen some since that.
Brandon
I think it
Thomas.
was
Are you talking about Brian Thomas? Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
my fault. But yeah.
So I'm not mad at them. When I went to Jacksonville back in August to watch that game, which if you guys want to see some of that, y'all can go look at my TikTok. There's some of those videos
Food
around
ready?
there. They're pretty
You think
cool.
I food?
No, that was the college game. That was the Clemson game. That was funny though. I laughed at that. I gotta repost that.
Did y'all ever get food?
Yeah, we did. Thank you for
Okay,
asking. Ghost did actually get his food like a few minutes after I took that video. So Jacksonville and wide receiver twos, I feel like they get Territoa McMillan, pair him with Brian Thomas, and it's just like an explosive deal right then and there. Like I feel like that is a duo. Like, oh man, well, T Higgins.
That's what I was gonna think. I was gonna say maybe like a T Higgins, Jamar Chase. Although that
Yeah,
is hard to replicate. You got to think about that. That is very hard to replicate.
that is hard to
Because of what
replicate.
Jamar Chase offers
But it doesn't have to be exactly like them. It needs to be exactly what the Jacksonville Jaguars need them to be. And Brian Thomas
But
is a
that's the
return
thing.
specialist. Return specialist. All right, I gotta find the video, and I'm gonna repost the video actually, because it was the first time I ever saw the kickoffs live, like in person. The brand new revamped NFL kickoff. It kind of grew on me. It's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, but first time ever seeing it. Brian Thomas almost ran it back, and that one clip went off for like probably 600,000 views on Twitter for no reason. Like just instantly blew up. I was in love with it. But anyways, I think this will be a great matchup. I don't have any issues with this. The only issue that I have is that they need to upgrade with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's all I think. I don't think I'll probably say is they probably just have to upgrade their O-line for sure. But also, I don't think it depends on how they play. Obviously, they got a different scheme than everybody else. So I don't know if the wide receiver in this game. Because I remember at one point they was using Everett Ingram like a wide receiver, and also they're probably still trying to figure out what to do with Travis Etienne, because usually he was running good, and last year he wasn't running as good. So we just have to see what their offense plays like. What kind of things we gonna deal with that offense.
Well, we got the Raiders. Talked about the Raiders a couple weeks ago, and I don't know why Ashton Genty is still projected to go there. I'm not sure why Genty is still projected. They have running backs. He's not. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about the Raiders. I'm gonna move on. We can go to the Jets though. Jets are fine. Listen, the Jets suck. The Jets suck.
I ain't gonna lie, the whole bunch of me. We probably gonna be dead before the before the Jets even go
For
to
the
the Super
Jets
Bowl.
ever.
I ain't gonna lie. What'd you say, Polo? I heard you.
Just they're weak.
But they are sorry.
They are sorry, and the team right here ain't any better. But look, honestly, grabbing Travis Hunter is not a bad pickup for them either way, because either way they're getting a corner or they're getting a wide receiver, and that's what they need. And Travis Hunter
Justin Fields keep that team up.
He will. Justin Fields will keep this team up. I'm telling you, Justin Fields will keep this team up.
Team them up, bro. Like, watch he actually lock in or something. Like, watch actually the Jets organization.
Yeah, he gonna lock in, bro. I'm telling you, this is where Justin Fields locks in. This is where he lock in. So look, you get Travis Hunter and Justin Fields together, it's outstanding. I'm telling you, great things are gonna happen unless he plays corner. Now, if he plays corner, him and Sauce can be some lockdown corners. There's gonna be no issue about it.
They got DJ Reed. Wait, let me make sure. I think DJ Reed got traded actually. The DJ Reed was a stud for that team. He was a stud for us too, and I don't know why we got rid of him. next year.
So
I
here
don't think they
is
would have.
Travis Hunter's draft stats. Y'all give him a look. His prospect grade is a 6.89 year one starter, 92 elite. It's pretty good. He's 6 foot 188. Little small to be a corner in the NFL. Really a little small to be a wide receiver in the NFL as well. But he's got the reach with the 31 3/8 arm length. You know, he can get it.
I was gonna say you can be a small corner, bro. As long as you can smack that ball out of somebody's hand as they're going up, you're good. And also, DJ Reed is definitely on the lines. I remember seeing it. That's why I had to question myself. He definitely got
on the lines.
So they could use him in the corner.
They could use a corner, or he could play both sides if you would like to. But it depends. You can get tired in NFL games, and wide receivers are faster. Moving on down to a state closer to me, we're going to go to North Carolina and talk about these Panthers, the pinnacle of hope, Bryce Young in here. But they going to take Jalen Walker, supposedly an edge out of Georgia Bulldogs. How we feel about that? Is defense what they really need to focus on right now?
Honestly, at this point, anything is an addition to them, bro. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So, I don't hate it. Wish I would get a receiver for Bryce. Or some O-line. Really O-line. I'm tired of seeing Bryce get towed up, bro. Let that man breathe. That man say height. He on the ground. Somebody telling him to get up. But no, I mean, at this point, they're in a whole rebuild. So, depending on what they're trying to do, you know, any pick is a good pick for them. Some are not as good as others, but anything is a good pick.
All right, so I don't really watch a whole lot of Saints games, so I don't have a whole lot to say about this. I don't know how their offensive line is, but they're picking up Armin Mimbo out of Missouri, an offensive lineman. So
that'll be good.
They're looking for help at the guard and eventually moving to tackle with Mimbo is what it's saying here. So go ahead, Kuro. You got it.
Really, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of injuries kind of. I don't think they would have gone more. You know, they got the phenomenal 2-game start where everybody was like, yeah, they're going to the bowl, all this and that. I got a bunch of Saints fans in my family, so I had to deal with it. And I watched the games because they're my family. So they do need O-line. I can't say they was bad as the Seahawks O-line, our O-line, and the Patriots, but they were in the bottom of the barrel like us. So they could use some O-line, help Alvin Kamara, give Derek Carr more time. Because I'm on the train of Derek because I don't think Derek Carr's a horrible quarterback. Obviously, he's in the NFL, but I don't think he's as bad as people are saying him to be. But you know, O-line, you could always use the help. So I don't think it's a bad pickup.
Fair enough. All right, so look, these Bears, man, I don't think they know what they're doing. Because now they finna draft Trayvon Henderson out of Ohio State. I'm not mad at them getting Trayvon Henderson. What I'm mad about is his talent being wasted with the Bears.
Now, you can't really say that because the Bears are actually trying.
The Bears are trying. Bears are trying. But look, he's got a 4.43 40, bruh.
They did work out O-line, though. He actually got a chance.
He got a 4.43.
No, it was Thuney. It was Thuney. My fault.
Thuney. We ain't getting rid of Creed. That's their best center. That's the best center right there.
I think it's the best center in the league, actually. Yeah, I think he actually has a good chance, at least. At least he's not going to the Bears that, got destroyed.
On me.
Caleb Williams was last year.
On me. Now we're going to go out to the Bay Area with Mason Graham, Michigan defensive tackle. This is something that the 49ers kind of need. You know, the defense took a hit.
To the Vikings alone, they lost 3 D-line.
Yeah. So they need a defensive tackle. So I guess there's not really a whole lot to say about this. These guys are kind of on it. Today. Yeah. But this is what they do. We just going back and critiquing them. Julio, we gonna give you your chance, bro. Give me a sec. We almost done.
You wanna go top 15?
Yeah, you're all good.
Nah, we're gonna stop there. I don't feel like talking about the Cowboys. So that is the end of football for you guys. We gonna give it on over to my main man Julio, who has been silently waiting.
Julio.
All right. So I'm going to be rounding out the NBA here. Right now we are 76 games into the regular season, which if you keep up with NBA means we are about done with the season. So that means we have a very good insight of what the playoff picture is going to look like. So at least for the West, if you're following basketball, you know that the first seed is always going to play the play-in tournament team, which right now is going to be a toss-up between either the Clippers and the Grizzlies, or the Mavericks or the Kings. Real quick for that, all these teams suck. Grizzlies fired their head coach of 3 years, like what, 3 weeks right before playoff time. Made no sense. Could have waited. Clippers just been dealing with injuries. Overall, not really excited for these play-in games. Same thing for the Mavs. They've been dealing with injuries. Same thing for the Kings. Not the Kings. They've actually traded their star. So not really worried about that. But in terms of the overall playoff picture projection right now, it's looking like Nuggets, Warriors, Lakers, and the Wolves, and then OKC and the Rockets will be the play-in teams, so we'll have to wait for that. In terms of the East, we got the Pacers and Pistons. Pistons in the 5th slot, going crazy. No one would have thought that, especially after last season. Knicks and Bucks, and then you have your Cavaliers and Celtics as your play-in team, so we're gonna have to wait for that. In terms of relevant news, we also have Curry playing today. Shout out to my Warriors fans, even if there's only one of us here. Curry is playing today, so that'll be interesting to see, coming back from his little injury. Hopefully he's on minutes restriction. Hopefully. But we'll see. Other than that, honestly, just looking at how the season, looking at how this season's gonna play off, like I talked about last week, coming out of the East, I really want Detroit to come out the East, just to be the dark horse and shock everybody. In terms of what you have, most likely it's gonna be either the Cavs or the Celtics. I don't really see anybody else coming out. The Knicks, maybe the Knicks, but that's to be seen. The East is always really only like a couple teams, those 3 teams, at least the last couple seasons. In terms of the West, though, the West is a lot more interesting. You know, you have the Nuggets in the 4th slot, you got the Lakers in the 3rd slot, Thunder in the 1st again. Like I said last week, I'm really interested to see how they come back this year and kind of establish the fact that they're not just a young team that can get, W's in the regular season. Other than that, I'm not really looking out for anybody. It's the top 5 teams in the West, the top 3 teams in the East. Around the league, you got also too some little bit of drama in the NBA with Ja and Buddy when the Warriors played Memphis. Ja seems to be continuing his antics, which is not making sense to nobody. You know,
He's scared of money, bro.
I think at this point he just don't want to play. Like, you got suspended for half the season for weapon related charges, or not charges, but exactly. And now we're doing those references. You're not even really from the hood. You're not really from the hood. You got people like Derrick Rose who really grew up in the hood, Chicago, in the rack.
And he ain't doing that. He playing ball.
He was doing None of that. His entire career. So I really
John
don't.
Wall, that's what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you know, it's just kind of silly to me. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of silly. Like you already got multiple warnings. You got suspended, and now you're throwing up these like these hand signs referring to them. Exactly, and it's like, bro, you are an inspiration to the younger generation.
JJ Redick said it the best, bro. That's what he said. He said people look up to you, bro. You can't be doing that.
You can't. And then you came out with your fake apology saying, "Yeah, I know these kids look up to me. I gotta be a better role model." Blah blah blah. We know that's all PR stuff. And then you come out and you do this. So, yeah, it's kind of silly. It's kind of annoying at this point, especially being an NBA fan, just in general. Like, bro, excuse me, just act right.
Silly thing to do.
I do have a question for you, Julio. I got a question for you when you get done. You mean ask me that?
No, you could go ahead. My whole point on that is just it's stupid how you're making millions of dollars. You're getting paid to play a sport and essentially work out, and you have your own signature shoe on top of the other endorsements that you have.
And you still don't want to play?
And you're just acting a fool, like, bro.
Just scared of money, bro. He almost lost the deal.
Yeah, bro, and he should have lost the deal. I'm not even gonna.
That probably would have made him not want to do it, losing almost $200 million. Come on now.
Like, I'm not even gonna get into it, but let's just remember that Nike stripped Kyrie's endorsement deal because of a reference to a video. A reference.
Video.
To the book, to like just a reference. No, his video was in reference. And they took that away. Ja is openly talking about this, showing it off, like glorifying this. Yeah. And they're still like, yeah, no, he just makes us too much money. We gotta rock with him. So it just kind of stupid.
He still is making them money like that though.
It's just on. It's because he's putting money.
Buying the shoes.
It's because he's putting money in their pockets. That's the name of the game. Yeah. Same thing we talked about last week with Bronny. Bronny's going to be in the league because he's putting money in organizations' pockets. But right now, it just happens to be the Lakers. You know, who knows about the future? But go ahead and ask your question. That was pretty much my final point on Mr. Morant.
Okay. It's going back to Mr. Morant. It's going back to Mr. Morant. But genuinely, do you think they'll ever like not get rid of him per se, but like, do you think they're gonna actually punish him? Because I know Adam Silver almost had made him go to classes and stuff like that. Do you think they're actually gonna like punish him if he continues to do it? Like, do you think they're gonna suspend him? I saw something like, isn't he suspended like half the season or something like that? I'm not tweaking. Or they were
probably
threatening.
Not this year.
No, it was definitely this year because he just did that time.
You said what? They did what?
They said something about like he was gonna get that was last because that was a JJ Redick thing because he got because when he did all that stuff it was
he did get suspended.
Yeah, for like half the season. Do you think they're gonna continue just to punish him, or do you think they're gonna let him play to make them money? To you know what I'm saying? What do you think they're gonna do if he continues the behavior that he's on?
At the end of the day, at least my opinion on this is that I feel like Adam Silver is super soft, Wonder Bread soft. If you go back to the NBA pre Adam Silver and we look at David Stern, oh yeah, he's out of the league. He's out of the league. No question asked. No question. David Stern changed the what's the right word I'm looking for? The attire before games. You had to come suited. You couldn't wear like just any street clothes, fashion. Nope. Couldn't wear
jerseys.
He wasn't playing none of that.
Black head, like when players will break their nose or parts of their face, you can wear the black mask of that version.
Nope. You got to wear the regular, clean, clear cut one. You got to be presentable. I mean, we can look at the track record. Gilbert Arenas had a similar situation where similar in the sense of like the glorification part. He actually brought a firearm to the facility, to the locker room. That man didn't see the court. for
Mm-hmm.
what was it, a season and a half, season and a
Yeah.
half. Like
They put him in the shadow
David
round.
Stern, David Stern was playing with none of that. I don't care if you make me money. I don't care if you bring money. You're doing your time, and I feel like right now Adam Silver is just in that situation where it's just soft. It's just soft. Like there's certain times, like an example too, the All-Star game. The All-Star game is the last All-Star game that happened was the least viewed All-Star game in NBA history, damn near. Like it gets to a point where, like, yeah, I get you're working with the players and you want to make it better. What do the players want? Bro, you know what the players want. Make it more money. Make it more money. That's all you got to really do. Hey, whoever wins this game, bro, everybody getting $500K. Untaxed.
Yeah.
Bro, I promise you they're going to play hard.
You know what's
So
crazy?
it's the
Just make them play 1-on-1 for the money. They will play as hard as they could. And
exactly,
like that.
exactly.
Like,
We've been
put
saying
Luka
that
on
for
Kyrie.
years.
Put dude like fun challenges, because it's the same thing with the NFL. They do not care about their All-Star. It's
They
lame.
don't.
It's like the Pro Bowl. It's just lame. So why even do it?
There's no
And-
point in doing it. Like, I didn't even watch the Pro Bowl this year.
And
Oh God.
Sorry.
basically, to answer your question, I don't think so. Like it's gonna have to get to the point where, like, he's gonna have to do something as stupid as he did when he first got suspended, which is what he did on live, in order for them to punish him, because he's just making Nike too much money. He's making the NBA. He's making Memphis money. He's making the NBA money.
It's the only reason why people go see Memphis game.
Exactly.
He's a
If
slasher,
Ja wasn't
so-
there, who are you gonna go
Yeah.
see at Memphis, bro? Jaren
Yeah, I'm going to
Jackson?
see Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, sir.
You're
Like
coming to see if Ja was really talking about that life. That's what y'all doing.
that's and that's what's annoying about it. So he's gonna continue these antics until Adam Silver decides to grow up here. Or somebody's just gonna want to test him, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's just gonna see him
People
and
don't do that in the NBA though.
no, I'm not saying he. I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm talking real life. I'm talking
Okay,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying,
I
like
thought
they
you were
catch
on the
him,
court.
they catch him on some,
It's
you
gonna be
know.
a bad day, and he's in Memphis too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I get it. Like all it takes is for him to get traded. All it takes is for it. Maybe he's in the safety of Memphis, and you know what it is. But if he gets traded, and says anything, it could go. Not gonna wish anything on him. I just wish he would stop. I just wish he would
Yeah.
take the blessings that you earned, not given. You earned
Playing
these
a
blessings.
sport for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Exactly.
blessing in
Just
itself.
do that, bro. Just do that. I would love to wake up and be like, hey, bro, you want to go play? You know,
Just
you want to go play
That's all he really doing.
anything.
I can't say
Exactly.
it's not hard, but it's something that he's been doing, and it's easy.
His entire life.
Yeah, and he likes doing
entire
it.
life.
Obviously, he wouldn't be doing it if he didn't like it. But all
And
you
his
gotta do
dad-
is hoop for 50 minutes and play.
The thing is, too, is the apples
it.
are not falling too far from the tree. The apples aren't falling too far from the tree because his dad be on that same
Yeah.
type of BS with these antics. Bro just got kicked
Yeah,
out of the
tried to fuck
game
with
the other
Shannon.
day. Or not the other day, like a couple weeks ago, just got kicked out the game for just yapping too much. Like, bro, nobody is here to see you. We don't care about you. We are here for your son. So sit there, be a fan, be a dad, support him. All right? If the refs are calling some BS, the refs are calling some BS. You ain't got to make a show about it. I'm not even going to go into the antics of how much his father is claiming the fame of his son, and I get it. But like, it just be like, bro,
He
like,
probably won it.
exactly, like, bro, bro. So I see where it's coming from, y'all. You know, it's suburban, y'all suburban kids. Chill out, bro. Chill out, because you got people really from the streets in the NBA. You got people really from the hood that grinded, that got it out the mud, that don't act any type of way that you're acting, but because you're a suburban kid and you saw those type of things, and for some reason you idolized those type of things, now it's carrying over into your professional career, where every time some BS like this happens, it's just more dirt on your name. It's just more dirt on your name, more dirt on your name. Like, bro, get it together. You make money, you live good, you don't have ops. that you need to be to like, who are you like, I don't know, bro. That's what the main thing
You
I'd be
worry
thinking
about
about
the
is like,
squirrels in
who
the
are you
trees, bruh.
flexing for?
The squirrels in
Who
the
are you
trees.
flexing? That's like, bro, you trying to flex the straps for the homies back home?
That's
The
what they
homies
say
that-
it was, bro. Because who was he flexing it to, bro? Because he did have that.
That's what I'm-
Guarantee you, he don't even know how to use half of them.
And it's on top of the
Guarantee you, he just got them.
flexing for dudes is wild. Like, come on now, flexing for
Yeah.
anybody when you're in the NBA is wild.
But
Like,
especially for another dude, while
like,
you're already
come on, bro.
trying to flex
top
on a
of the
dude
fact
while
that-
you're in the NBA is crazy to me.
You know, if he got booted out the league, those dudes are not rocking with you, dog.
No,
They're
they
rocking
don't.
with you because you're
You
Ja
get booted
Morant.
out the league and lose all your money. You lose your entire friend group, bro. I'm telling you.
Exactly. So you're flexing for the wrong people. Oh no, we grew up together. Nah, bro. Because if he really had your best interest, he would be slapping you across the
Bro,
face,
yeah.
saying, "Bro, what the f are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna put all of this in jeopardy because you want to act hard."
You making once in a lifetime type money to where you're the 1% that can have access to this type of money. You're just throwing it away.
Oh me?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly. So when I
Just
seen
think
that,
about
when
if
I
he just
seen
wasn't
that,
acting out.
Oh, that now
Exactly.
There we go. Now I'm not as shiny.
exactly. So when I seen that just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You too old for this. On top of the fact that you already went down for this, you don't need to be doing this. It just shows that you weren't really genuine about the words that you were saying, and it kind of shows on his character. Like, if you're not genuine about something as serious as that, what else are you not as genuine about? So those are the type of things I think about, like, in depth, and kind of think about more towards like people's personality. Like, if you're willing to do this, what else are you willing to do? So that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't really like that, but I mean, other than that, it's kind of the slow little like period in the NBA right now, where most of everything is pretty much set in stone. We're really just waiting to get to playoff time to make sure that everybody is ready, healthy, as healthy as they can be, suited up. One thing I can say is that what I forgot to mention also here on my notes before I take up too much time is real quick, the Philadelphia 76ers decided to shut down Joel Embiid when the season is over, instead of shutting him down at least 4 months ago. As soon as the season started, Joel and Paul George both went down. They tried to get PG to come back. PG came out and said that he wasn't going to do his podcasts anymore during the season, even though he only did it one time a week for 45 minutes. I don't know what type of energy is being taken away for one podcast a week to be so detrimental to your game.
The whole lot, apparently.
They also kept trying to push Joel to try to play the game. Like, bro, you just spent almost max deal money on Paul George. You got Tyrese Maxey for a couple more years, and you just drafted what's his name?
Couldn't tell you.
What he thinks of that? How much more time do you have? Because I actually want to ask Julio another question.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all probably got like another 5 minutes.
Well, Julio, let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
How are we gonna trust the process with Joel Embiid? We've been trusting the process since 5 years now.
Oh, that's over.
For sure.
Jared McCain. There it is. Jeez Louise, I couldn't think of his name. My ending point on that, I'm answering your question, Carl. Basically, they have a solid squad. Injuries just happen. Okay, your two main pieces are down. Let's figure something else out. Let's shut everybody down. Let's give the young guys a lot of run so that when we come back next season, we got well-seasoned teammates. We got well-seasoned players. The last guy on the bench has got plenty of minutes. to the first guy in rotation. They've all got plenty of minutes. They're all comfortable on the court. That just boosts your team morale. That just boosts your team success in the future. The fact that they're shutting him down now is kind of silly to me. To answer your question, I think that is done. It's been over for the last season and a half. There's been no nothing. They gave Joel the MVP on some really sorry ass.
Take it, I beat.
Yeah, like, here, take it, bruh. Just take it, bruh. Like that, and it's only because Joker is still cooking. And he's still cooking. He's about to be MVP again.
He's going to continue to cook. There's no slowing it down.
It's the same thing they did with LeBron. It's the same thing they did with Joker. We just have to give it to somebody else, bro. He can't win
just
3 in a row. Exactly. Oh, there's some controversy. What? No. So Joel needs to get traded. If I was Philadelphia, I would be looking to try. I would have already a couple years ago. I'm not gonna lie. If I was Philadelphia, I would be looking at any deal at this point. I would be looking at any deal that would either get me picks or just get me people to get him off of my team, because he has done nothing but just take up space. Like, yeah, when he's on the court, he's a phenomenal basketball player. Phenomenal. How many times is he actually on the court, though? That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about just a player that is great, but he can't really be great because he can't play. So in terms of that, I feel like honestly they should move on. If it's not this coming off season, you know, I'd say the right thing to do is take care of him while he's recovering. And then you gotta move him. You gotta move him because he's slated to have another surgery. He's not gonna come back 100%. I don't think he's ever gonna play the game 100%, and that should have been said years ago. So at this point, it's the process been over, and that's why I feel like they got Paul George to try and give it one last hurrah, and then injuries happen. So like now it's just like, bro, are you just gonna be stuck in your ways or what? Because he ain't done nothing, you know. He ain't done. He has almost zero comparison to Allen Iverson's resume, and they have almost similar careers up until this point, minus the injuries, minus the finals appearance. At least Allen Iverson took him to the finals with the sorriest of teams the NBA has ever seen. He's had decent players. He's had different eras. I'm not going into depth with nothing but injuries. All right, cool. You wanted to go play in the Olympics for what, bro? For what? You should have been resting. Resting them knees. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the league right now.
Well, good job. Well, everybody, I appreciate y'all for joining in. I've realized that there's been a mistake on my TikTok, and I got to figure out how to make that change to get it to where it pushes me on the algorithm, because I ain't been pushed out in the algorithm not once today. Not once on this live have I been pushed out into the algorithm. But with that being said, I love everybody who tuned in to watch. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We will see you guys next Thursday at 9 o'clock EST. Thank you guys so much.